PM demonstrated for us everything that we need to do to get our goal. Biafra's success comes from your consistency in execution. Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together. Biafra restoration has been declared. Now we must defend it. Biafrans all over the world, to support the Biafra Liberation Army, continue to go to www.biafrarepublicgov.org/ Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together. Restoration has been declared. Now we must defend it. Biafrans all over the world, to support the Biafra Liberation Army, continue to go to www.biafrarepublicgov.org/tax and IPOBinUSA.org/donate. The government in exile remains in place until Biafra land is completely secure. We will first expel the terrorists and remove all presence of the zoo in our land, while also pursuing the diplomatic agenda of recognition. After we have removed the zoo from our land, a transitional government will be formed and will operate openly in the homeland. PM demonstrated for us everything that we need to do to get our goal. Biafra's success comes from your consistency in execution. Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together. Biafra restoration has been declared. Now we must defend it. Biafrans all over the world, to support the Biafra Liberation Army, continue to go to www.biafrarepublicgov.org/tax and IPOBinUSA.org/donate. The government in exile remains in place until Biafra land is completely secure. We will first expel the terrorists and remove all presence of the zoo in our land, while also pursuing the diplomatic agenda of recognition. After we have removed the zoo from our land, a transitional government will be formed and will operate openly in the homeland. PM demonstrated for us everything that we need to do to get our goal. Biafra's success comes from your consistency in execution. Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together.
I watch their cry in the mirror every day. They cry. They are crying. They will not cry in the public, but I watch their cry in the mirror every day. They cry. For the past few days, they have been having meeting. How to approach Simon Ekpa. How to negotiate with Simon Ekpa. I am saying it openly this evening on this space. I am meeting. How to approach Simon Ekpa. How to negotiate with Simon Ekpa. I am saying it openly this evening on this space. I am not open for negotiation, and no Biafra person serving under Biafra government is open for negotiation. If I hear that you are talking to anybody back home, you are out of the government. Our talk with them will start by pulling the military out of Biafra street. Our talk with them will start when we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu walking freely out of DSS dungeon. That is the term and condition of negotiation. Apart from that, we will give you ×3 of what we have given you before.
Yes, my deputy PM, I want to ask this question as a Biafran, as a concerned citizen of Biafra. I also ask this question as a citizen who wants this government to succeed. And I'm also asking this question as a member of BWOC, Biafra Writers of Conscience. Before I forget, my deputy PM, you made mention of having a call with one of the administrators, or do I say brother to a governor in that contraction called Nigeria. And I don't know how that will sound in the ears of Biafrans. Please, is that wise to call or make call or allow your phone number to be with the terrorist Nigerian state administrators?
Yeah. Actually, this guy, he was my schoolmate. Actually, we were all in Uniben together. Pedro Baseki, so he's my friend. But the thing is that he's championing this Edo course and all that. And then he called to tell me that Urobo Isoko is not, it shouldn't be part of Biafra. But remember, Biafra has Urobo Isoko state. So all I explained to him is that if he wants, I'm going to give him the administrator of Urobo Isoko state, and they can have that chat among themselves. Yeah. But there's nothing to worry. I mean, we're schoolmates at Uniben, and we reach out to each other every now and then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you oblige me, I have like 5 pressing questions that I believe Biafrans as well will like me to ask you.
No. She can't.
Okay.
They are crying. They will not cry in the public, but I watch their cry in the mirror every day. They cry. For the past few days, they have been having meetings. How to approach Simon Ekpa, how to negotiate with Simon Ekpa. I am saying it openly this evening on this space. I am not open for negotiation, and no Biafra person serving under Biafra government is open for negotiation. If I hear that you are talking to anybody back home, you are out of the government. Our talk with them will start by pulling the military out of Biafra street. Our talk with them will start when we see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu walking freely out of DSS dungeon. That is the term and condition of negotiation. Apart from that, we will give you ×3 of what we have given you before.
Yes, my deputy PM, I want to ask this question as a Biafran, as a concerned citizen of Biafra. I also ask this question as a citizen who wants this government to succeed. And I'm also asking this question as a member of BWOC, Biafra Writers of Conscience. Before I forget, my deputy PM, you made mention of having a call with one of the administrators, or do I say brother to a governor in that contraction called Nigeria. And I don't know how that will sound in the ears of Biafrans. Please, is that wise to call or make call or allow your phone number to be with the terrorist Nigerian state administrators?
Yeah. Actually, this guy, he was my schoolmate. Actually, we were all in Uniben together. Pedro Baseki, so he's my friend. But the thing is that he's championing this Edo course and all that. And then he called to tell me that Urobo Isoko is not, it shouldn't be part of Biafra. But remember, Biafra has Urobo Isoko state. So all I explained to him is that if he wants, I'm going to give him the administrator of Urobo Isoko state, and they can have that chat among themselves. Yeah. But there's nothing to worry. I mean, we're schoolmates at Uniben, and we reach out to each other every now and then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. If you oblige me, I have like 5 pressing questions that I believe Biafrans as well will like me to ask you.
No. She can't.
Okay. Let me.
A minute silence for all our fallen heroes, and the time starts now. May the souls of all our heroes departed continue to rest in peace while we continue to march on and forge ahead, doing the needful to ensure that the sacrifices they made for us are never in vain. BDF anthem, please.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Land of the rising sun, we all hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing, the glorious song, play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious newborn, both day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. No star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by iron light and light. Biafra, shining forever.
Well, thank you. I hand over to my minister.
Mr. Jerry Ndewo from here, and Ndewo to all Biafrans from all over the world. We bring you warm greetings. Today is going to be interactive. For those of you that have questions that are disturbing you, you can bring them up. And I called on the Finance Minister to join us on the screen. Finance Minister, thank you so much. And Biafran people, we welcome you from all over the globe. Our mandate is to see that the dream that the Prime Minister had dreamt to come to fruition, that nobody will stop us from the actualization of Biafra. So we thank you all who have stood your ground to make sure that the mantle which the Prime Minister put on ground continue to stay. Thank you, Honorable Betty, for your work. Thank you, Mr. Jare, for your work, and all Biafrans out there that are listening to us. All Biafrans, you are all super important, starting from those that only share programs, going to those that type in the comment section, and talking about those that post, and those that make broadcasts, those that talk, those that don't even talk, but those that also stay behind the scene to push what is to be done. Most especially to everyone that have been part and parcel of the past fundraising and all the fundraisings that have existed before Prime Minister went in for interrogation. We say thank you to all of you. Thank you for standing your ground to the Prime Minister to see that what he built has not been destroyed or scrapped. Our focus is not to answer names as ministers or as leaders or as secretaries or as appointed men and women or as chiefs or as deputies or as big men. No, we did not come here to answer those big names. What we came here to do and what we are doing is to make sure that very government, that very structure, that very defense that the Prime Minister built, no one is able to penetrate it, because the ranting on the social media, the showy display and the caricature that we people are making there is not what will make us to fulfill or to restore or to liberate Biafra. If you look at the Biafra Charter, it is spelled out there that for us to get the liberation of Biafra land, you will need one thing. And what do you need? It is to evict the remaining terrorists of one Nigeria, get full control of motherland before you can talk of you have liberated Biafra land. So if you have not liberated Biafra land, if you have not gone back to look at the structures of one Nigeria and take them all out from Biafra land, what you will tell yourself is that you know how to do better than Prime Minister, then you are choosing the wrong path. I salute all of you. The laws of Biafra, guided by the Biafra Charter, must be respected. So I play on all of you that are using our constitution and our charter to do photo on the media and to turn it to something else. Please desist from it, because men and women fought and they spend their time to make sure that that document came to be. They spend their night and day, they tarried all the time to make sure that that which the Prime Minister had worked for, that which Biafran people stand for, come to be. I salute all of you that made the last fundraising to be.
Yeah, Mazirov. Okay, I think Sister Betty, am I coming out?
Yeah, you are coming out very well.
Okay, I think we lost Mazi Sonny while he rejoined us. Thank you very much, Minister of Information, Mazi Sonny Abarawa, Mazi Raf, our sister Betty. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. Our Minister of Information already touched light in some of the most important what we need as of this time. Biafra Republic government in exile still remain. Biafra Republic government is not yet dissolved. And for any Biafran that don't know how it works and the process and procedures before a government will be dissolved, please kindly get a copy of your charter or a question for everyone that know how government function. It's a process. The good news is that we have redeclared Biafra. Then we move to the next process, which is to fortify our men in the homeland, to make sure we equip them, give them the necessary tools to invade the Nigerian terrorists from our land. The occupiers that are occupying our territory, they must be evicted. And number two, how do we achieve it? With finance. We need money to be able to do this. And number three, diplomatic war. When I say diplomatic war, it's time to engage with UN, United States of America. Actually, they are the world power. When they lead, the rest follow. How do we achieve these three objective goals? Money, agenda. So this is time that we need to make sure that our defense is top notch. And for those that live in Biafra land, they can testify. They can as well let you know that the presence of Nigerian terrorists in our land actually increased. So how do we kick them out? We have to defend our land. That's the most important thing now, because we call our liberation army our angel. Why do we call them our angel? Without them, there is no Biafra. Without our defense, I repeat, there is no Biafra. I don't care what position anyone have as president, as vice president, as prime minister, as deputy minister, as minister of information, or as finance minister. I don't care, it don't matter. It don't matter. Our defense must be protected in a way that we need to supply them all their need so they can defend our land. I repeat, our defense must be supplied all their needs to defend our land. Without our defense, if you like, go get all recognition in the world, you are wasting your goddamn time. If you like, do whatever you want to do without your defense, you are wasting your goddamn time. And how do we equip or support our defense? Money. So the topic after our convention supposed to be money, 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 money. With money, we'll get all the logistic to defeat our enemy. With money, we will be able to pay our lobbyists that will be lobbying, not just the United States Congress, all around the world. Once we don't have this finance, once we don't have this money, we are in big trouble. I'm not surprised that after our convention, the fight against our finance intensify. I'm not surprised about that. Secretly, it been happening for a long time. It happened that my boss, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, have been the war in between this fight, trying to manage it, to quench it, because he knows our finance is entered and he knows everything going on, knowing that the handler that is the finance minister, being me, Ogechukwu Nkere, I'm doing a marvelously perfect job. We all know that our prime minister is a no-nonsense person. If I have not been doing a good job, you think I'm still going to be the finance minister for 2 years now? Hell no. And do you think we'll be able to get to where we are today? No. I'm doing a good job and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I just want to use this opportunity to appreciate all Biafrans that attend the redeclaration and both those in Homeland and around the world for your support for us to be able to achieve this milestone. Last week, we tried to set some records straight to let the Biafran people know what's going on. And last week, we have to do what we did last week. Because a lot of Biafrans, if you don't tell your story, who will tell your story for you? If you don't tell them a little bit about you, just like here in the United States of America, which I proudly represent as a citizen as well, and citizen of Biafra. During their election, both candidates, they always come to tell a little background, who they are, family background if possible, what they're trying to achieve, and what they have achieved, and what they have done for the great state of America. Ours is not exceptional. So I just try to enlighten Biafrans a little bit about what I have done behind the scene. I'm sorry if that offends some. It's just I just go with the flow. And I found out that some Biafrans are not happy the way I said it about my contribution towards our declaration in Finland. I'm sorry if you're offended by that, but that's just the fact. That don't mean that the money that you be contributing and your impact anything in the struggle. You Biafrans have really done well. The little that you have propelled us, have really, I would say kudos for all genuine Biafrans that have been supporting from the bottom of their heart. And for those that have it and be giving from the bottom of their heart, the land of Biafra will bless you. And for those that have been giving us peanuts just to mock us or to register that they're supporting, I'll leave that between you and the land of Biafra. But as far as I'm concerned, I will do my best. I will always serve the people of Biafra. It's time for all of us in both hours to come together. As I said last week, here in United States of America, when they come across difficulty or when it's time for them to fight their enemy, they forget about their differences and they embrace unity. Unity in the right sense to do the right thing by equipping their military. That's why United States of America still remain the world superpower, because both the Republican Party, that is the left, and the Democrat Party, we call them the right, they both come together. And what unites them as America is for them to make sure that they remain strong and fight their enemy. So it don't matter who you are, what you are doing. Remember that our men on ground, they are our angels, just as we call them. They're the one that will protect our land. I live here in diaspora, live in the United States of America. I don't have a wing that I will fly down to Biafra land to protect our land. I am not there. So who would do the job for us? They are the men on ground. So without them, we got a problem. That's why I'm fighting the fight that I'm fighting now, to make sure that the men on ground are well taken care of and they get all they need, which they be getting even when our prime minister is here with us. Nothing have changed. The communication line and the contact, nothing have changed. The same source how we supply them everything, nothing have changed. Why are we changing it now? They are not complaining. That is the fact. So let's all forget our differences and come together and do the right thing. And for those change the account and deviate our money to source where that we don't know, please stop that. This is not time to today is not time to deceive our people. If you know where you've been putting your money for the past 2 years and everything is working, keep doing that. We still have the two websites, IPOBUSA.org and the Biafra Republic Gov.org. Still go there and make your contribution. If you have a winning team, I have a question. If Biafran team is winning, are we going to hire Ududuwa team to play football for us? Are we going to get a Bazonia team to play for us? No, we'll use the same winning team. The team that have been winning even when our prime minister is here still remain the team. The government that was formed when he was here cannot be dissolved in his absence. That is insult to him. That is a blow to him. That is being disrespectful. It's like planning which I proudly represent the Biafra Republic government in exile, the legitimate government of Biafra. And I'm here in Maryland, Baltimore, precisely Maryland, metropolis of Washington, D.C. Because when you say Washington, D.C. is comprised of 3 states, Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. Proudly sitting in our office. Our office remains our head office. Our website still remains the website. Our media team still remains formidable. What about our defense? Our defense stay intact. You tell me what changes. You tell me now, why do we deserve a new government? Or do we have a new government? No, we don't. We just have some group that decide to break away. They break away, but we don't know their intention. We leave that to Biafra God, who we judge and know the reason why. We are not the breakaway government. The government still remains. Our charter still clearly stated Biafra Republic government in exile. Our charter have a guideline of how the transitional government will, how the operation will actually happen or occur. Please, I came across a video yesterday from Biafra Unite. I will encourage every meaningful Biafra to go and watch that video, that YouTube video. I think it touched light in a lot of important stuff. And a lot of you that have not read the charter, get a copy of your charter or get it online or get it from who you know that have it. Go through it. We are not a government, and the charter is what are bind, and we are working based on the charter. So that's why last year in Finland, I'm one of the signatories to the charter. All delegates that were present in Finland last year signed for this charter to guide us in whatever we are doing. This is not time for saga, not time for cussing, gossiping. Throughout today, I have been on phone call, meeting after meeting, meeting after meeting. I actually run a business as well. But upon that, I still bring my time to be able to do what I do for Biafra. I have meetings, international meetings, local meetings, and all that. And all the meetings are all valuable, and it's something that I'm happy that it happened. In Biafra Republic government in exile, we still have those. Let me repeat. In Biafra Republic government in exile, we still have those with common sense. We have those that even without reading the charter, they will tell you how government is run. Government is not run like a banana republic. No. There is rule, law, and order how government operate. I'm really enlightened about how government operate. Here in United States of America, over 15 straight years, I watch the political news a lot. I spend 4 or 5 hours every day. It really educates me as a person of how government runs. And with the help of our lobby, going to Washington again, enlighten me more. In the month of September, 1 straight month, every day I'm in Washington, D.C. with lawmakers. If you're in that position, do you want to tell me that you're not going to learn something from there? I do. I really appreciate the opportunity that Biafran people have given me, especially our Prime Minister, and I call Alias my friend, that every day we spend almost the whole day together. Sometimes from morning when I leave to Washington, D.C., I get home around 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. It's a pleasure to serve, and I will still continue serving. Very soon, we're going to hit Washington, D.C. again. We'll be doing what we'll be doing, getting more recognition, working with Congress, and Biafra will surely be recognized by the great country of the United States of America. The last meeting I have with the one and only still remain the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. After my speech, he actually borrowed word from my speech and he make reference to it. That's when I know what I said sink in. I look at myself pure from my heart. I start smiling inside me. I'm like, wow, this man is listening. It's funny, but it made my day that very day that I'm able to have that meeting. And I told him we're going to Finland to redeclare Biafra, which we did. And Biafra is redeclared December the 2nd. The process started on December the 29th. So we cannot mark December the 29th as a legitimate day because that's when the process started. And you cannot call election when the vote is not counted and solidified. You can't count or you cannot pronounce the winner. So on the 2nd, the vote were counted by Honorable Obi, state by state, state by state. And after that, we have 517 delegates. They all cast their vote to solidify the vote that we are counted. That's when we can now pronounce the redeclaration of Biafra. And we need to, as a young government, as a young country, Biafra have been existed before, and now we form a new government, beginning a new chapter of Biafra. We learn every day. There is a process how government is run. I will encourage every Biafran, if you can, Google, make research. Department from the Prime Minister, what is the role of a Prime Minister in the government? What is the role of a president? What is the role of a cabinet members? What is the role of what we call COS? When I went to Washington, D.C., I have met over probably 20 to 30 COS. Every member of Congress have their COS. Washington, D.C. have over 530-something COS. Are you going to tell me that 530-something COS in Washington, D.C., they are all second in command? No. They work under the congressman that represent a district. They work under a senator that represent a state. Like some states in America have 2 senators. I'm able to have opportunity to meet with Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz used to be a former US candidate with J. Donald Trump as president. He used to be J. Donald Trump, which will be the new president that will be sworn in on January 2016. Ted Cruz ran against J. Donald Trump. As of then, Ted Cruz have his own COS as well. Speaker of the House have his own COS as well. All the members of the Congress I met with, they all have their own COS. If all the COS happen to be second in command, that means you have 530-something COS second in command in the United States of America. Joe Biden have his COS in his office. The office of the COS must be respected in a way that we don't need to disrespect anyone. COS answer to the president or to the prime minister, not to the cabinet, not to the government elected officials. The government officials are elected. They are not appointed. While COS is appointed by an individual either as president or as prime minister. So the COS serve under the prime minister, is the head of the prime minister cabinet. And while the president have the COS appointed as well. That's why when a president is leaving office, the president leave with all the cabinet member including the COS. If a prime minister is leaving office, that prime minister leave with all the cabinet member of that prime minister. So when they leave office, the government still runs because the government still have those that are voted in, not selected or not appointed. So now, Biafrans, I believe we have get that straightened up. In our own case, there's no different in our own case as a government, because now we operate as a government. So every meaningful Biafran, do your research, find out the meaning of every cabinet member and their capacity and how they operate. While we are doing that research, we want to respect everyone that have been serving under the Biafra Republic government in exile, and we have some that have decided to leave the Biafra Republic government. One example is from Maryland. The admin of Maryland decided to leave the Biafra Republic government. For that reason, we're working on who will be in charge to help us coordinate Maryland. Other states, likewise the same, will be working on any member that voluntarily leave the government. We're not going to leave that office vacant because we have work to do, especially from the state level. So every member that decides to leave the Biafra Republic government in exile and go form their own government, You still have the opportunity to come back, fall back in line, and do what you'll be doing until our Prime Minister will be with us. Then he will now decide what to do. But if you do leave, remember that position will be occupied by someone else. That also applies to the rep. The North and South American rep, I believe if she's listening, fall back and do the right thing. But if you decide to leave, our government must definitely be up. That vacuum there, we need somebody who will be able to coordinate the North and South America. And for fellow Biafrans, please don't do what we call follow. Do whatever you want to do with your clean conscience. We are a democratic country or nation. We have to make sure that whatever you're doing is from your conscience. You don't let anyone dictate or decide for you. Just like if you want to cast your vote, don't let anyone tell you how you cast your vote. Do what you know that is right. Don't take because your admin decide to fall out and join a new government or create he or her own government. For that reason, you will now have to. If that your admin have asked you to jump inside a lagoon, whereby you know that you can't come out alive from that lagoon, will you jump inside? If that admin asks you to drink acid or to jump inside a burning fire, will you do that? Do what you know is right. Don't let anyone bully you. Don't let anyone bully you. Use your tongue and count your teeth. Ask yourself what happened last month when our Prime Minister is here. Ask yourself, what about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, a year ago? We are all happy family. Everything is happening. Everything is just running as smooth. Even if we have problem, no one knows. But at the same time, our Prime Minister never paraded or asked us to deviate our money to any account or do something else. And for those that might want to use our account against our Prime Minister or to indict our Prime Minister have no signatory to our account. So I don't know if you don't know that, you better know. For those that think they can use our account to nail him down or attach him or just to implicate him, our Prime Minister don't have signatory to any of Biafra Republic government account. And we don't raise fund. This is very important. We don't raise fund for our Prime Minister. We raise fund for the Biafran people to defend their land. We raise fund to defend Biafran land. The fund is not raised for our Prime Minister. It's really important because some are saying we raise fund for our Prime Minister. Somebody, a former Sabo or betrayer called Emeka Livingstone, tried to nail our Prime Minister a while ago, saying that we raise fund for our Prime Minister or we fund our Prime Minister to do whatever he's doing now. We don't fund him. He have no access to our money. He have no connection with our money. If Finland authority, maybe if they come across this or whatever, we want to set the record straight. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Biafran people don't raise fund for him. The Biafran people raise fund to defend their land. And our Prime Minister is not the consumer either. We use the fund to do what is necessary to defend our land from our enemy, to defend our land from the invaders, to defend our land from those that want to terrorize our country, from those that want to rape our women, our sisters, from those that want to rape everything rapeable. Those nomadic people, they're the one we are fighting against. Mazi Raf. I think Mazi Sonny is back, right?
Yes, I'm here. And
Okay, you're here.
thank you,
Okay,
as
so,
Minister.
all right.
Sorry
And
for the interruption in connection. And let me use this opportunity before the connection flocks me again, because I'm having internet issues here and power supply. All right, Biafran people, you have heard it all from the finance minister. And we want you to understand that the government of Prime Minister is still intact. No one can dissolve it nor dissolve the Prime Minister and his entire government. Now, a message to all the cabinet members of the Prime Minister. This message is to all of you. The government that the Prime Minister left in your hands are still standing. And if you now allow or you join hands with those that decide to scrap the government and to set up their own new government, if you join hands with them, the God of Biafra is watching all of you. And when Prime Minister is back, you will answer to them all. You should understand and remember that the Prime Minister is inside the police custody of Finland to answer to the reasons why we are fighting for this Biafra, to the reasons why he had a government set up, to the reasons why we must raise funds all the time as Biafrans to defend our motherland. So, Prime Minister is in there to give accountability for the Biafra liberation and to give accountability to the government of Biafra, to give accountability for the existence of the Biafran people. Prime Minister is not there for himself. He's not there for me alone. He's not there for Minister of Finance alone. He's not there for only you. He's there for every one of us. So if in his absence, you now decide to say, I destroy what Prime Minister built, I am building my own, and you are joining forces with those that are doing that, you are the biggest enemy. Because if you don't enable someone that is digging a pit to throw in a baby inside, that very baby will not end up being thrown inside that pit. So if you're helping the person to gather the sand or to help the person to throw in the shovel or anything that the person is doing, you are also a partner in crime. I'm calling on all of you, I'm sending this message to you, that you should remember that you are betraying the Prime Minister that has served you for the past 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Now, if you know, because were propagated on the media without your consent by the new government that they have formed, your names were there, you just slept and woke up and you started seeing your names there without any consultation. And if you know that you have gone to remove your name there so that you will not face the God of Biafra, I want to see all of you in the fundraising on Saturday. Come to the fundraising on Saturday and then speak to Biafran people and let them know that you are not part and parcel of those trying to destroy what the Prime Minister had built for years. Our defense is the prime thing that the Prime Minister built for us. And that defense is protected with finance. And that finance is the defense. So if you fight any of these two, you have done a very big treason. So anyone that stood up and said is looking for the accountability of the Prime Minister in his absence, while Finland police is also asking for the same accountability of him on what we are doing as Biafrans, then that means you are the biggest enemy. You are worse than even the Finland police that took him in to question him for accountability of Biafra. So at this very point, it's not time that you should not take sides. I can see that some of you position to answer minister and deputy and big names has entered your brains. Because if it is not to answer names, you will not see that the man that fought for you is in detention to answer for the existence of you, and then you are now setting up a panel seated and then asking other people to go and drag the same prime minister and bring him to the table to come and answer questions. You drag the minister that he put in place to do anything, or you call the minister that he put in place to do anything to come and give you a report, or you call his PA that is in charge of the military in the homeland. Anyone that you call in his absence to come and start giving you reports, you are actually working against the prime minister. This is not the time for you to do that, and I'm calling on all of you to desist. Come out and then tell the Biafran people that you are not part and parcel of those digging the graves of the prime minister. Also, to those that are the admins and reps, which Ngozi Oraweze has called all of you and threatened all of you that
Sonny, did we lose you? Looks like we lost him. Mother Betty, can you hear me? Finance? Hello, Biafrans, you've heard. Mother Betty, can you hear me? Is it from my network? Betty? Okay, you're muted. Wait. Hold on. Mother Betty, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. So, fellow Biafrans, okay, mute yourself back, Mwada. Fellow Biafrans, you heard. Mwada Betty, can you hear me?
Yes.
So, fellow Biafrans, you've heard everything that our finance minister have said, and I'm sure you listened to our Minister of Information, Mazia Barawasoni. And it's time for us, to do the needful. I don't know if Mazio Genkere is here. If there are questions from the comment section that are relevant, I will display them for the Minister of Finance to respond. If there are demanding questions on the comment section, I will display it for the Minister of Ejema to respond. Otherwise, we will know that Biafrans, you have heard us. As I'm speaking to you right now, we have 2,400 people watching across the channels that we are streaming in 1 hour. Just in 1 hour, we have 2,000 plus, 2,400 exactly, 2,412 actually, watching this live broadcast. The Minister of Ejema is solidly here, and 2,500 Biafrans. Yes, the numbers are going high, 2,600. Immediately they see the finance minister, they will just come. They like your face, Biafrans are happy to see you.
When we say what we are doing is spiritual, sometimes we don't understand. We Biafrans, we have a lot of Biafrans with common sense. When I went for Trump campaign in Palm Beach, Florida, there's a topic. The topic is about value as a people, common sense value. Like in Biafra land, we have a culture as well. Culture that when a kola nut is broken, before he actually gets to, it starts from the male child or male or the man, they will all be the one to first partake of the kola nut, correct? That's a culture of a people and a value. So sometimes we ask ourselves question, why is it that we don't first serve the women or the female, the kola nut? There's a reason. So we as Biafrans, we have value of life. We have a value, we have a culture. So our culture is not culture where men will turn to female, or you will turn a female to a man. And we Biafrans, we align ourselves with God. Chupu, God. It's all about God value as a people. And we Biafrans, when we see the truth, we follow the truth. Our leader, Mazin Namdekan, was, emphasized on that as well. That Biafrans, when they see the truth, they will follow the truth. But don't mistake, don't let that actually deceive you, because Biafrans are stubborn. We Biafrans are stubborn as well. So it takes time. It takes time sometimes to channel a Biafran to the right direction. But once they key in, that's it. I'm happy that I'm feeling better. Last 2 weeks after our Prime Minister was called for questioning, it was a lot of pressure. Pressure of how we go to the convention and come back successfully. Pressure of our angels, our defense, or what we need to do to straighten up our defense. It's just a lot. But I thank God that the Biafra Republic government is in exile. I'm here to proudly represent my boss to say our defense are in line with us. Our defense know what to do in a time like this. They have tried to board our defense over. It didn't work because our defense, they refuse to sell their soul. They made it clear they are not serving for money. They are not doing what they are doing for money. If they are doing it to gain money, to get money, or to get favor, they can just approach the zoo government and say, hey, zoo government, give us these millions or billions, we'll sell Biafra to you. But these are dedicated men that brought their life, everything to say they are here to serve the motherland, they are here to do the needful. And for those that think you can buy them by trying to tell them, if they listen to you, you will supply them everything you want or this. We don't want what we call ego orchard. We don't want something that will be harmful to them. They know what to do. They know the path that our Prime Minister have laid down. They know the foundation. And these people are truthful. That's why the land is protecting them. Upon all the sabotage, upon all the lies that was flying 2-3 days ago about one of our defense area, all turns to be lie. Thank God that Biafran's people are waking up, and what happened. It happened to straighten up what we need to address. That is the issue of Biafrans knowing what to do, knowing what is happening in their government. Because the government is government of the people. The government, the real government are the people. Because without the people, who are you governing? Please, Biafrans, after our declaration, what do we need to do to strengthen our defense? Because now the zoo terrorists, they know that we have declared Biafra. They know that we are ready to go. This is now when they will deploy all their arsenal to our land. So we have to fight hard, we have to be prepared, we have to defend our land. Only how to do that is by your support. The same way you'll be supporting, sitting at home every Monday, coming to fundraising every Saturday. Both those that are donating anonymously, please continue doing what you're doing. The channel still remain, the website still remain, nothing have changed. Only the difference is that our Prime Minister is not here with us now, and he will join us shortly. What about if we change everything on his behalf, turn the table around on his behalf, even overthrow him? Then when he comes out, you think he will be happy to come out and find out that everything that he have labored for, worked for, was destroyed in just short period of time. Why not leave everything the way it is? I got a message just yesterday that our Prime Minister is strong, even strong more than before, because he expects this day, he expects what happened, knowing that as a freedom fighter, one day, even I myself here speaking, one day, I know, but I'm ready. Whatever bullet they throw, I'm ready for it. I know one day they're still going to come in for questioning. It's normal. We are not the first to fight for freedom. Look, what about Mandela? What about Martin Luther King and others? It's just normal. Your oppressor cannot just leave you to eat bread and butter in peace. They will want you to eat it in pieces, if possible. They're always going to come after you, trying to disrupt everything you're doing. What about Ambazonia? What happened to Shu Ayaba, Dr. Shu Ayaba, and the former leader of Ambazonia? Leaders in every movement like this is expected once a while to call for questioning. And during that period of questioning, they are testing your integrity. That's why they will shake you up to know if you are movable, if you are shakeable. When they shake you, and find out you are not movable, you are not shakeable, they will let you go. That's the fact. So we have to wake up to the reality that if you're a freedom fighter, anything can happen. After speaking from here in the office, I can step out, the next thing is something else. They were like, oh, I have to be questioned for this or for that. And remember, your enemies are watching. They're not going to sleep without making sure they bring us down. It's just expected. Our Prime Minister will overcome this and he will be out. Our leader, Mazinam Khan, likewise, will overcome and he will be out. We just have to be strong. And the message I got yesterday, our Prime Minister urged all of us to be strong. I don't know if I can read the message out, but that's okay. I think I'm passing the message to Biafra now. Our Prime Minister urges us to be strong, that we should not allow outside intruders to come and sabotage what we are doing. So we have to be strong, and him himself is strong, fighting. As we are on the message, he stated that him himself is strong, fighting for us. And the message stated that our Prime Minister is stubborn. The stubborn is that he's fighting. If he can be where he is fighting, what about you? What about me? So, fellow Biafrans, on Saturday, please, let's do the best we can as we have been doing. And so we can support those that are defending our land. They are the most priority. Is the priority now is not the title as Minister of Finance. Actually, you can take away the title from me. I don't care. But as long as I'm doing what I can do to sustain our defense, I'm fine. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for anything else. Just support us, be part of this movement, be part of those that we support to make sure that our defense still remains the way it is, so that we won't be shakeable, so we will remain resilient. Thank you. I think I still have a couple more advice to give Biafrans, and especially I will repeat the admins all over the world. If you're a rep or admin, the government of Biafra still remains the legitimate government. The same government is the government that when I parade with our lobby in Washington, D.C., is Biafra Republic government in exile. All of our documents, even from our declaration done, is still Biafra Republic government in exile. So when the government will be dissolved, will be when Biafra is totally restored. That's when you dissolve a government. And how do you dissolve a government? You transit during that transitional period, just in case of US, let me use USA as a case study. After the election in November 5, Donald J. Trump won the election. And while Joe Biden, the current president, is still in office. So there will be a transitional period. You cannot dissolve the president of America or government of America. During this transitional period, every of cabinet, the Trump cabinet, they will go to Washington, D.C. Let's say the finance minister, let's say the attorney general, who Trump appoint, will now go through the nomination process, and they will vote him through the Congress and the Senate to approve that nomination. Then after that, this attorney general will meet with the attorney general of the current serving president. They will now have a handshake and go through the office and go through some stuff. They will transit. You can't just dissolve. But when you dissolve, that means that transitional period not going to occur. So the government still remain, and for those that are still in the cabinet, if you are removed or you are kicked out somehow, you are still part of the government. The government have not asked anyone not to serve or remove anyone. That's not how government work. We are not running a kangaroo government. There's a process. And for all members of the cabinet, remember, you are voted in. They voted you. When they say let raise up their hand, and they voted you in. So we are not running an organization that one man show. Somebody will just wake up and say, hey, you Minister of Finance, you are kicked out. No way. Please fall back. Come to the fundraising on Saturday. Talk to Biafran people. Let Biafran people know that you are still with the Biafra Republic government in exile, while we are praying, doing what we're supposed to do until our Prime Minister will join us. Then when he come out, he still remain the one piloting the affair. And for those that said, what about if the Prime Minister appoints somebody to rule over us? Let's say, for example, who the Prime Minister appointed is Satan the devil. Will you allow that person rule over you? No. That's why in a democracy, we vote. Even if somebody is appointed to rule over you and me, we cast our vote if we agree or not. That's why you call it a democracy. It's not like authoritarian regime where somebody will just get up and say, hey, Mr. Ajere, I appoint you go 247 from now on to be your... No, there's a process. We need to learn how government run. When you know how government run, you know how to approach matter in situation like this. Thank you, Mazi, Deputy Minister of Information. Thank you for this privilege. And our sister Becky, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And there is a question, you know, they are asking, and I know you have already touched on it. They're asking if you can give a little bit of update, as we know that you are the closest person to the Prime Minister right now. You are the one that have got the ears and the heart of the Prime Minister right now. And with the current situation, you are the only person. Actually, Biafrans need to hear this. I'm telling you, we're not bluffing. Our Minister of Finance is the only person that can tell you that the Prime Minister is okay, and you will take his word for it. He is the one that have come close and personal with the Prime Minister, heartbeat to heartbeat. So you are going to tell them, give them words from the Prime Minister and encouragement from him also. And then this lie that these people that have the camp from the government of the Prime Minister are lying, that the account, somebody is being denied account. Look at the comment I pasted there. You need to tell them that nobody is being denied any account. The account has been the way it is. The finance minister is the same finance minister. The source is the same. Please touch on these two, please. The situation of the Prime Minister and the account.
Two sensitive things that I promised myself and our Prime Minister, even if he's not here, he know me. Our Prime Minister know that I'm stubborn. He know that there's a place you can't, if I say don't go here, don't go there. He know what most important in a movement like this. And that's why the zoo government, they know that the two key factor to our success, finance. Finance, even before you get to the, once you get to the finance, you destroy the finance institution or the system, it's over. You have destroyed the military. That's why there's a time when during Russia, when Russia invaded Ukraine, there's a territory in the Donbas area. There's a time when Zelensky was traveling all over the world, soliciting for money, and the United States of America delayed in the package money they're supposed to send to Ukraine. And Russia used that period of time because of the vacuum and deep in the Donbas area. So when the Ukraine now received the money from US, they fought back. So money is the key. So money, without this money, our defense will collapse. This fight has been going a long time ago. Even I have a lot of zoo agents calling me, asking me what bank account we use, all they want to know the bank name, the bank information, the routing number, and all that. I try to make it not to be in public. I have a reason. People, not everything I will talk about our finance here, just like it's a top security on my own end, trying to protect that. And there's a time I warned somebody, Diane, Amen. I asked her to view the account. I think I mentioned that at the Twitter yesterday, not supposed to be public, but it's public now. Diane A may have the opportunity to view our account. And when I added Diane A may, do you all know, Biafrans, that Diane A may make actually at our cabinet meeting on one fateful day, I made a clear announcement. Whoever have the opportunity to log in to view our account, Biafra don't want it public. I don't want it public. You don't go there. No country in the world will make their account public or post it in a public space. Diane Eme, I think she's one of those that went to form her own government. Screenshot the account and post it to one other group. I was shocked. And for the past 2 years that I have been managing this account, that have never happened. I never believed that a day like this will come. So imagine when this group of people call you for you to bring Biafra Republic government account. We are not talking about personal account. This is a country account. To question it, what do you think? When you have somebody like Adad Diorama that lies, they will use it and make program. They will use all our account information, details by details, and make program and let the zoo government know where to attack. Our account is no go area. We don't make it public. We can't bring the whole details and tell you how much we have today and tomorrow. And a government don't run that way. So what I'm trying to say about our account, I hear these lies that they call me too many times about the account. During the time when our Prime Minister is here, if our Prime Minister have a problem, he will call, he will summon, not just call me, he will summon the whole cabinet, members of the government, and question the account. Our Prime Minister knows our account is no-go area because we believe we have a lot of sabos among us. We believe that if it's make it public to the whole cabinet, they're going to abuse it. Not only that, some of them, like I just mentioned the name, are like what Diane did. Diane screenshot a government account and posted public. That very day I was in shock. That never happened before. The next thing that we expose our account. When these people are calling me for questions, they are not calling me for questions. They probably want to indict do something. I don't know if they want to indict our Prime Minister. I don't know if they want to send the information to somebody that I don't know. What are they calling me for? To come and do account of the mandate account that Biafrans have been buying stuff online, or probably some money are going to mandate. I never questioned them. I never called them to audit it as the finance minister, because I believe what we are doing, we are serving the Biafran people in spirit and truth. And I strongly believe, okay, they are doing the right thing. Is when you start calling somebody to question that person, you better check yourself and find out if you are pure. And these people that are calling the finance minister for a meeting, several times I have been kicked out. Anytime Ngozi or Abezi, I don't really want to mention her name today, on her Zoom meeting, any Zoom that she created, during our meeting, whenever I'm speaking, she mutes me. And when she mutes you, she makes sure you can speak. She will pee on top of your head. She will mash you on top of you. You can't speak. Bully you. You're just going to look like somebody who they Mike Tyson knock front and back. You can't even move. You just be yelling behind that nobody even hear you. She will be lying on top of your head. And when you're speaking, sometimes she will remove you and act like it's network. It's not network. She kicked you, like less than 3 weeks ago, she kicked me out 3 times. The members of the cabinet start complaining. I remember Amobi was saying, then when you log in back, everyone will want me to get the mic back again. They were like, then she gonna allow you lose your line of thought, or make sure that when you come back, this individual will keep interrupting you. Is that the person you want to have a meeting with? Somebody that can listen to you, somebody that cannot reason with you. It's all about her, all she wants. And when they call you for a meeting like that, these are a gang of people that want to swallow you and swallow what we are doing. They don't mean good. If they have been for good, I will attend the meeting. It's all they can do to harm the movement. That's what the meeting is all about. For them calling to question about our account. And after from Diane Eme make a screenshot and post the account, some of the members that align themselves with this woman called Ngozi, all of them start releasing audio, saying some kind of negative stuff about this and this. I know where they're going, but I'm ready and I'm prepared. And I stand my ground to make sure that our account remains our account. Our account is unshakable. Our account is unmovable. And the account will also be serving the people of Biafra and be doing what's necessary for our defense. So I'm just debunking all that lie that they call me for questioning. I don't know if they want to ambush Biafra. I don't know if they want to use that to indict our prime minister, who I call my boss. How you want to call me for account for questioning? Then when I set up a fundraising as the finance minister, I don't need anyone permission to set up a meeting or a fundraising. Then when I set up a fundraising, I call my honorable members of the cabinet for fundraising so we can offset some bill. Then Ngozi Orabeze will delete it and instruct all members of the cabinet not to attend that fundraising. What did that tell you? This individual did not tell you that she meant well for what we are doing or what? And threaten everyone that attend that fundraising that that person will be removed from the government. Who gave her the power? She's not even a cabinet member. She works under the office of the prime minister. Go do your research, do your Google, find out what is the job of COS for those that don't know. So the event that been unfolding for the past 2 weeks, I think Biafra start asking questions. Some are doing their research to know how government runs and how government work. Go do your research. What is the job of a COS? In a government, is COS member of the cabinet, or COS is self-appointed by the prime minister or the president to work under the prime minister or under the president, not for the government. And for those that want our account, what are you going to do with their account? Are you going to do something that you will be planning to indict who with our account to know how we'll be taking care of our defense? What is your plan? Ask yourself serious question. I think Biafran people for the past week or so, we have touched light in everything that we need to know. It's time now that we use our common sense as Biafrans, our common sense as free people, not as people that live under bondage. We are not in the zoo. If people in the zoo, people in Biafra land can think like normal human being, what about you and I that live in free world, like in America, in Europe? We are free to think as normal human being and make our judgment. Don't let no one judge you or decide for you what to do. Use your common sense. Ask yourself question. For the past 2 years, if we have had problem with our finance, we all know who we call Obatubie, some shout Obatubie just in vain. Our leader that I know, my boss, my prime minister, we summoned the whole cabinet and said, he have instruct the finance minister for audit, and the finance minister said no. And our prime minister will ask the cabinet, can somebody ask the finance minister why he refused? But that never happened. And we have this person that said I called her Nikompo. Yes, that's who the person is. Because this person lied and said that our prime minister have called me to come and bring our account. Where am I bringing our account to serve? The account is where it is. Our prime minister never for the past 2 years called me for questioning about the account, because he know that the account of Biafra is well managed by the finance minister, and he's well pleased about it. When we travel for our declaration in Finland, over 500 people that was there. How many successfully able to visit the office of our prime minister? If I'm not mistaken, among those that travel outside Finland, I believe it's just me. And we have a lot of discussion with those I need to have discussion with. And the photos I just share is just few. I have several meetings there. But let me tell you people, Biafra that we have come to serve, those that are genuinely serving Biafras, don't chase shadow. Don't change government on behalf of their boss, on behalf of the prime minister. We'll have to wait until our prime minister is out. He's not dead. He will join us shortly, but I don't see any reason why we will just want to overturn the table. Less than 3 days, when our prime minister was called for questioning, some group led by Ngozi Orabeze went and formed what we call interim government to overthrow a government, or to what? What is the interim government for? They added me to that group. I know the reason why they added me to the group finance, one, and they added another finance minister from the home de facto government. I know it's because of finance. And the rest of these 7 people are all her stooges. If it happens, we have to cast a vote over something. She will win, because the rest of the 7 will vote for her. I look at the number there, I ask question. Why is it our brother, one of a formidable Biafran that is part of this movement from day one, Imam Mado, is not there? I ask question, why I call some names? Why are they not there? No answer for that. And I immediately instruct that they should dissolve the interim government, because this is sabotage to Biafra, sabotage to plan a coup to overthrow a government. This happened just in 3 days when our prime minister was called for question. In 3 days, if something like that will happen, that make me to ask question. You that do that in 3 days, what do you know that we don't know? You better speak to Biafran people. In 3 days. So do you believe or do you know that in that 3 days, our prime minister is not coming out? That's why you formed the interim government. In just 3 days, somebody knows something and this person is not speaking. Somebody knows something. When this person will start speaking, is coming. And I will be watching this person from my mirror. I will be laughing. I will say, yes, the God of Biafra is alive. In 3 days, our prime minister was called for question. In just 3 days, Ngozi Orabeze set up interim government. When they called me for that meeting, actually, I don't want to be in that meeting. Somebody advised me to be there to hear what's going on. And I swear I want to use the opportunity to ask questions about what happened 2 days before that. And I ask, what is this? Can somebody tell me what interim government is? Can she tell me what interim government is? She turned off her camera. I laugh. I spent almost 10, 15 minutes trying to question this woman, actually. Ngozi Orabeze. What did you guys just trying to overturn the table? Are you guys trying to overthrow the government? That is question I ask after our prime minister was called. Just 3 days for questioning. They already formed interim government. And look at the names on the interim government, I laugh. People that I know, they don't even know how the government run or work. Biafrans, open your eyes. Don't let no one buy your conscience. Don't let no one deceive you. And don't let lies fly. Because a lot of propaganda lies and people have lied using my name. But Ejim or Fornuk, when you won't know where it's from. I come with pure heart to serve Biafra. I didn't join Biafra movement because of position. I never asked for this. They nominate me. After the nomination, I was voted in. I'm not appointed. They vote me in. And before then, they know my capacity or capability financially, what I can do. And for those that are angry when I mention what I have done financially or otherwise, I welcome you. Come join this club of financing Biafran freedom. Please, if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, please come bail us out. I will be the number one to kneel down and say thank you for what you have done. I will be the number one if you allow me to talk to Biafran people to appreciate you. We need those that will do more than I. There's a lot of people that are way richer than me that can even give more than I'm giving. Please, I plead with you on behalf of fellow Biafrans. Come on, what are you waiting for? Don't be angry when I tell my story. Don't be angry when I tell Biafran people how I have been part of this, supporting financially and otherwise. Please, come on board. I know the millionaires and billionaires are watching. Biafra is for all of us, not just for me. When Biafra come, you and your family and your generation, they will all be happy that Biafra have fully declared, which we already done, and defended. Nde Ajiego Dogu, millionaire, billionaire, come on board. Let's shake the table together. Let's make our defense stronger like never before. Let's make Biafran proud. I know Biafran people have those that are capable millionaires and billionaires I can support. Don't be angry when I said I am trying the best I can and look at what I have done. Please come support, come join. If you can do that publicly, you can do it anonymously. Please kindly contact the finance minister, the one that our prime minister trusted for over 2 years without complaint. Everything we are doing to save our land, the finance minister is doing the best. Just like I said in Finland, I was so emotional when I found out a lot are not going as planned. I said, I'm doing my best. Even till now that I'm speaking, I'm doing my best. I will keep doing my best. Whether they like it, whether they don't like it, I'm in, and I will never go back. Obago. Thank you very much.
They will. Mazi Sonny, are you able to grab the mic? Okay, Wanda Betty, do you have some input to add or one or two questions? Because I believe Biafrans have gotten the message. Wanda Betty, please, if you have a question from your own end or an input, please grab the mic. Sonny is still struggling with his device.
I just really want to appeal with Biafran people. This is time that the diplomatic war just begins. Please, financially, please, everyone should support our defense, and we need money as well to make sure that our lobbies able to do their job and do it joyfully without lacking or complaining. Thank you.
All right, Wanda Betty, your device is your system is not like you. If you put on two devices, you're having an echo. You're having echo. It's like your devices are two or something. Wanda Betty, that's why I keep muting your mic. I'm hearing myself. It's not supposed to be that way.
Thank you.
So I have to mute you. You have to switch off one.
Free to go.
You have to switch off one device.
All right, Wanda Betty, your device is your system is not like you. If you put on two devices, you're having an echo.
There's a feedback from your studio. It's not supposed to be that way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Are you hearing me now?
All right, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead now. It's better.
Hello.
Yeah, Wanda Betty. Good
Are you
evening.
hearing me now?
Yes.
We can hear you. We can hear you now.
Okay. I greet Biafrans. I say good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. Fellow Biafrans, I also greet my wonderful Prime Minister and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We can never forget them. My people, it is too early to start pointing fingers. And what I want to remind us is one thing. I know that the Minister of Finance, he was on space the other day, so I listened. Maybe probably I came in late, but I a little bit before he left. What I want to tell Biafrans is that I spoke to another minister, and that minister told me that whenever they go on a meeting and produces any topic, once they start asking her questions, she will start kicking them out. And the minister said to me, How can you make contribution when you are kicked out? And how can she be telling Biafrans that she has been calling the Minister of Finance and he has not been responding? Where is the phone evidence, maybe itemized, to show that the Minister of Finance has not been responding? And the minister also said to me, why bring Prime Minister's PA into the whole matter? So, my people, for those of you who want to make contribution to an account you do not know.
Please, Sister Betty, let me just make something clear. When we went to Finland, we have one of our Honorable Joy Irobi, I think she listening as well. She tried to make arrangement for me to have a meeting with Dr. Ngozi Orabeze. She declined that meeting. Our brother, Honorable Imam Madu, even have a text message testing Ngozi Orabeze to meet with me. She said, I'm in a meeting. Then after the meeting, she still declined. We have another of our brother, Azubike, oh my God. Azubike tried, day one, day two, try. At the time when Azubike started, I already know that meeting with this person, she not even want to meet. That's number one. Rather, she wants you to even be in a meeting with her on a Zoom where she can control you, bully you, mute you, bring all this her cabal group that don't know how things run to disgrace you. This is somebody that you can't speak. She will kick you out. She will mute you and lies and all that. Azubike, try. I say, okay, Azubike, all right, arrange for the meeting. Do you know that 3 individuals try in Finland, Helsinki, Finland, to set up a meeting, physical meeting between me and her? She declined the meeting. Why? She refused. I'm talking about in Finland when we went for the convention. Mazia Azubike tried if we will have a meeting. She never responded to that. She declined it. Joy Irobi tried. She declined. Mazi Honorable Imam Madu tried. She declined. And she will be lying to people. They want to meet with me. They should let, and she just think it's all about going to social media and let it fly. Obodo Chineke Biafra ga-apịa ndị ọ ga-apịa ụtarị when time comes.
Okay, so my fellow Biafrans, as I was saying yesterday, Biafra Unite, you all know that Biafra Unite started this struggle even from the time of Onyendu, when Onyendu started, till date. And Biafra Unite had a program yesterday which I watched from beginning till the end. Biafra Unite showed us a picture or a video message when he called her and contacted the Minister of Finance and showed us that she declined that call, and he made a voice message to both of them. Then Minister of Finance sent him something communicated, but he showed us the message that the COS sent him, warning him not to ever contact her phone again. You all know that our Prime Minister, he does not decline any call. Our Prime Minister,
Sister
even
Betty,
on space,
you are not coming out.
Really?
Coming out.
Am I?
Repeat what you're saying for the past 1 minute.
I think.
Are you not hearing me? Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, you are coming out now.
Okay, what I'm saying is that Biafra Unite showed us picture of a message she sent to the COS asking her to join him and the finance minister for a reconciliation, and she insulted him. He showed us the video telling him never to contact her WhatsApp again. My people, a leader who leads his people like this, you are abusing everybody, you are kicking out your fellow ministers. But what Biafra Unite did yesterday that really captivated and changed so many minds is that we are no longer on agitation stage. We are no longer kicking for our freedom. We now have our government. That anything you want to do, you will have recourse to the Constitution or the Charter. Now, you cannot declare government in 1 day or 2 days. Then the following day, you dissolve the government, which you are one of the ministers. And if you dissolve that government, you are expected to go as well. You can't dissolve a government that you are in and you will remain. Biafrans, let's remember that somebody gave us intel that these people want to go and invade our homes on the 31st of this December. And if you see the number of terrorists they brought in now is more than 5,000 waiting. Now, why was our Prime Minister's PA sacked? If PM does not want any of these ministers, my people, you know that our PM is a radical freedom fighter. He does not respect anybody. He dissolved Omwada. Gaddafi was removed. Azuka was removed. Nelly was removed by the same prime minister. So do you people think that if prime minister does not want Sonia Akparawa or who is the minister of information, or his deputy Raphael Ajere, or our minister of finance, do you think that PM will be scared of taking any one of them away? PM was rudely kept away from us. Did he show any one of you sign that any of these ministers are posing problem to him? So I know that there are so many people here. I'm reading all your comments who are writing whatever you want to write. You cannot face us by that. Musa is always talking about our contribution, and they are looking for men on ground, using helicopters, using armor tanks. Thank God she drove away the man that has contact to those on ground. So when you contribute your money to her, I will know how that money will get to those men. You have to use your tongue and count your teeth. Everything is intact. My fellow Biafrans, we withstood Nigeria 1967 to 1970, and we're still withstanding them. An individual cannot defeat you people. You have to think. Does it mean that COS knows that our prime minister is not coming back? Why all the rush? She's well read. Why does she not want to follow our constitution or our charter, which she was one of the signatories to? We are not afraid of anybody. This fight is not about fear. It's not about intimidation. We are Biafrans. Nobody can come and force their ideas, intimidate you, bully you, call you, and warn you not to go and make your donations. Do they mean well for us? Because our account, which is controlled by Minister of Finance, and the men on ground are just very, very well connected. If you attack the finance minister, you are directly attacking our defense in Homeland. You all see the way finance minister donates money. He's not a hungry man to anybody. He's not looking for anybody to give him money. He donates his own. I'm not praising him because he's here, but he donates it and you people hear it. So what has changed? For instance, if somebody asks you to go and clean his house in his absence, you go and start renovating the house, changing everything in that person's house. Assuming PM told her that she should take over, did PM say, change all my ministers? Is that what PM told her to do? To change all the ministers?
Yeah, let's just round up. Let the finance minister give us his closing remark so that he needs to go.
So, my people, on Saturday, we should storm this very account number that you all know. Because if they pay this money to that her account and she has no connection to the men on ground, where will your money be? That is my own. We are fighting Nigeria. One person cannot defeat you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wanda Betty. Thank you so much. And the finance minister, please, can you please give Biafrans your closing and your parting word as we look forward to the fundraising?
Yeah, thank you, fellow Biafrans, and thanks for the opportunity given to me. I really appreciate everyone. And thanks for the media team for having me. It's a privilege to serve Biafra, my motherland. I will keep serving Biafra till I die. So that's my pledge, and that's what I believe in. And our Prime Minister, he's strong where he is. I got a message yesterday, and he will be with us very soon. That's what I can say. And he encouraged us to be united and to not let the outside intruders to come in and with their propaganda and all that. So our Prime Minister wants us to be strong instead of us telling him to be strong. Rather, he actually is the one encouraging us. If he can be where he is answering questions and still want us to be strong, what about you? That is free, that you can go to work, do whatever you want to do. Please, fellow Biafrans, be strong, unshakable, remain where you are. Be doing the same thing that you be doing when he is here. Don't change. Nothing have changed. Biafra Republic government still remain Biafra Republic government. Our office here in US still remain our office. Our website still remain. Our defense still intact, which I have communication with them as well. Before our Prime Minister, he laid down the foundation just in case of this situation like this. You know who they will go for. You know who they will talk to. So that's why he already laid down a structure that a lot of people don't know. There's a lot that he do behind the scene. Not everything will be in public. Please kindly come on Saturday, show your support. Think about our brothers and sisters, the men on ground defending our land. We need to give them what they need. If you are not doing it and you say you believe in Biafra, you support what we are doing, I don't know what word I will use. I don't know what I will tell you than to encourage you, keep doing the same thing you'll be doing where he is here. Please come out on Saturday. Our website still remains biafrarepublic.gov.org and IPOBUSA.org. Please, I'm sorry, IPOBUSA, yeah, gov.org. Please kindly come, support or support, do the best you can, and leave the rest. Chukwu Kikabiam, our God, our Creator, He knows the heart, and He knows those that are doing what they're supposed to do. He knows who is pure in heart. He knows those, like somebody like me, I'm not shaking. I'm not guilty of anything. I won't be doing anything and I will be afraid if this happens. No, I know I'm pure. And what I'm doing is from the bottom of my heart. From day one, I have been doing it. I will still keep doing it. We have come this far. This is not time for us to go back. We already need to unite, remain the way we are until our Prime Minister will join us. And for those that have decided to go to the other camp and open their own, get their own government, please, you know the right thing to do. Fall back to the same government that have take us this far. Until our charter stated and said that after Biafra is defended, now we are still struggling. It's not yet defended 100%. After we have chased our enemy out of our land, that's when we will now transit and dissolve the exile government. You cannot be from Biafra Republic government in exile to United States of Biafra in exile. You can't transit from exile to exile. That don't add up, don't make up. Thank you, fellow Biafrans. Thank you. We love everyone that are supporting, and those that have not support, please come kindly support and free our people and make sure our land is secure from our enemy and make sure that we do what we're supposed to do as Biafrans. Thank you and good evening from me.
Thank you, Finance Minister. I want you to know that 4,243 people are listening to you live and direct. And our sister from Israel, Naomi Litvin, is also watching. We want to appreciate her. And she's doing some media war to some people, some sabo on the comment section on Twitter. Thank you so much, Finance Minister. We appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Please, I just want some time to ignore some of these comments. These are paid agents. These are Nigerian paid agents. They make it seem like what we are doing is not right. They are paid to do it. They have done it to our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. They've done it to our prime minister. If they're doing it now, it's not a surprise. They always support who they know is wrong to boost the morale of that person. I don't want to be mentioning name of those they have supported like that. And at the end, when this individual will fall, they will fall in a way we call ayakata.
Thank you. A round of applause to our Finance Minister, the Minister of Ejema. 7 goes out for you. Thank you very much. And I don't know if my super Minister of Information have gotten his network so that he will put the icing on the cake.
I don't know.
And then
my voice will come out.
Okay, your voice is coming out. Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it before it will disappear. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, Minister Jerry and Minister Betty and Minister of Finance and all Biafrans listening to us. There's something that made me laugh before I came in here. I saw that the new government of Ngozi, the names of the people she put on the list, the people came out and denounced and said, I don't want to be in your Sabo government of
Yeah, many of them resigned before she went live. And it's so pathetic.
Oh my God. So Biafran people should hear this. That Ngozi set up her own government to topple the government of Prime Minister. And then the people she even put their names on her list, they were not even aware of it. They just slept and woke up and saw their names on that list. So many of them have come out to denounce and say, I don't want my name on that list. So I don't want to be amongst those working for the zoo. I don't want to be among those working to destroy our men on ground. I don't want to be among those working to destroy our finance. If you had waited for Prime Minister to come back, if you were not having evil mind, you would not go to say, the man that the Prime Minister put as his PA and as his military head in the Homeland, you are scrapping the person. Why are you going to the defense in the first place? Why must you go to the defense in the first place in the absence of the Prime Minister? And then looking at you, that is taking power to say you are sacking another person. What is your own position? You are also like a PA. The same position that the person that you say you're sacking is occupying is what you're also occupying. You are a PA as a COS to the Prime Minister to carry out his mandate. Anything he say you do. Go and meet this minister in this department, you do. Write this letter and give to these people, you do. Call these people to come, you call. Organize this meeting, you do. You are also a PA. to the Prime Minister. And then you're now going to go and say you suspend or you remove another PA that the Prime Minister put in the Homeland. So I am saying kudos to many of you that have come out to denounce yourself from that list of Ngozi. Because if you stand your ground to keep quiet, when Prime Minister come back, and even before Prime Minister come back, the God of Biafra will judge you. Because you cannot have a man that has sacrificed his life, his money, his entirety, his family, for you to build this Biafran government from 2021 to this 2024. And then he just went inside now to answer questions because of Biafra. And then you are setting up a new government. You push the structure that is set up, you push it aside, you go and then set up your own, you try to change accounts, you try to change everything, and you're calling the ministers that is set up to come and start giving you accountability. You want accountability so that you know how we used to acquire weapons. You want accountability so that you know the contact of the people we use to acquire weapons. You want to know the bank statement and the names, how we transfer the money to who the money is going to, the routing number of the money, so that you now go and contact and then uncover the sources where we used to get our weapons, so that you can now use it against the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is there for questioning, and you're coming to also set up another panel for questioning, to question him again inside a government that is set up. And then you say you're working for the Biafran people. Prime Minister warned and said any of his cabinet member that he hears that you are communicating with any official from the zoo, you are out of this government. And then you are coming out on air to tell the Biafran people that I have been communicating with this zoo governor and his brothers. I talk to him all the time. We talk every now and then. He's my cosmate. He's my brother. We deliberate. We yarn. We chop everything together. So that means it is not today the thing started. Because you say, I used to talk to him. So everything that is happening in Biafra, you people discuss to the Nigerian government every day. Every day. Everything in Biafran government, people will be discussing about it. And we are just seated here, we don't know what is happening. You see, it's like when they say the zoo kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring the worst and the best in us, so that we can stand up and be ready to fight for freedom, so that Prime Minister can come out. It's just like the same thing now that Finland police took Prime Minister in for questioning. So the opportunity will avail itself for many of you to start confessing of your evil, so that you can as well come and tell Biafran people what you have been doing behind the scene, how you have been communicating with the zoo government while the Biafran government meetings are going on, and giving them all information. Imagine you admitting that you are going to give the contact number of a state administrator in Biafra land to a zoo governor and brothers. So they will now go and start calling a state administrator and start making inquiry. They will know where they are. They know where they are living. They know the structure of the Biafran government in the homeland. They will know how they make contact. They know everything about the Urobo Isoko Biafra government in the homeland, de facto. Isn't it pathetic? I'm calling on all coordinators and admins and reps. If Ngozi have set up a new government and then come to scrap you to put into one position or another, and then you accept, hear it from me that you are sabotaging the Prime Minister. You are sabotaging the structure. You are sabotaging the men on ground. Yes. What you have to do is that, like other people have denounced and say, I don't want that your position. I don't want to be in that your government. Do the same thing and denounce. And then stand your ground, continue to organize yourself and make your donations. And get in contact with the finance minister. Get in contact with the finance minister. You all have the finance minister's number. You all have my numbers. Get in contact with me or the finance minister. Our paramount thing now is our donations. The funds that we make, so that we channel it down to the defense in the homeland, so that they continue their work. As we speak, the new government of Ngozi that they are parading have no control or link to the defense in the homeland. They have
Not
no
new,
link of
sorry,
control.
not new government, the illegitimate fake government.
Okay,
Illegitimate fake government.
fake government of Ngozi that she has formed has no control over the defense in the homeland. That is why they wanted the PA of Prime Minister Success to come and give them access to the men on ground. And when that one said no, it cannot happen, they now say, okay, come and do accountability. So that one said, no, no accountability. They now decide to use it against him that, okay, you are Sabo, they bring his name out and started publishing. So because we say, no, it will not happen, you come out to come and start giving us names. As they are parading their new illegitimate government, they have no link, they have no control to the men on ground which the Prime Minister put in the hands of his PA, Minister Success. That is why you see them come out to come and put his own name all over the media there. I'm calling on all of you that we want to see all of you in the fundraising. Those of you that she has removed from the group that you were before, she removes your name and then write all manner of things. You don't need to be perturbed. Just gather yourselves. We will create another group for you so that you can belong if you want to be in groups. But the most important thing is for you to gather your Biafra Liberation Tax, put them together, be available in the fundraising, come and answer your father's name. Yes. At times, you may not even need to be in any group to contribute to your Biafra liberation. You just have to focus on where and the announcement and the messages that we put on there. You come and then you partake in every town hall meeting and every fundraising that we are going to do. The fundraising of last Saturday was massive. And this Saturday again is going to be super massive. I'm calling on all of you to make sure you don't allow your defense to leak. All this illegality of new government and all these things that they are doing, by the time the zoo terrorists are coming into your communities, Ngozi will not be there for you. It is the men on ground that are fighting, that Prime Minister set them in place, that are the people that are running around to make sure they fight and defend motherland. Ngozi is not the one that will be there. She's just parading the new illegality of government to herself. How can you listen and hear that somebody make herself deputy prime minister and still make herself COS? You alone, you give yourself two titles, and nobody voted for you to come to have these titles. There was no meeting of the cabinet to come to a resolution to even cast a vote. The Biafra Charter says that after the prime minister picks somebody to be a minister in government, he has to bring that person now to the cabinet for the cabinet to vote to adopt that person as a minister. So whichever position or whoever the prime minister now wants to pick as his ministerial candidate, the prime minister has to bring it to the government to come and vote and adopt. But in her own case, she stood in Lati and said she is dissolving existing government. Then, so as you do the dissolution there, you alone, you decide, you take the power into your hands. You dissolve yourself, you dissolve the prime minister according to you, because you have not dissolved my own prime minister. According to you, you dissolve yourself, you dissolve your own prime minister. Then you now went back and then you set yourself back as a deputy prime minister. You set yourself back as a COS. You put yourself, oh my God. And then you now create new cabinet members for yourself. You give them secretarial positions. You call them this, you call them this. This thing, you have made the Biafran government structure that the prime minister worked for and set in place to become a caricature. Is it because the prime minister had given assignments to two committees for them to go and work on the transitional process and the new structure of the government, since he said he's going to have a shake in his government? So because he gave that assignment to some committees and then he put you to be part of those committees, in his absence, you now collected the paper and started drafting it yourself, making recommendations and appointing the people that you want. You appoint yourself deputy. You appoint yourself to you appoint the people that you want, and anyone that you don't want, you remove them, you throw them away. Nah, man, voila, you see why I used to say that Prime Minister has the template to this government from beginning to the end. He only pinpoints some things on the Biafra Charter and then leave it there. But in explanation and to nail it or to ground it to zero so that somebody can understand in a layman, he will not explain it all to you. So it's only when you get to the finishing line of the last template that he brought out that he will now give you assignment and say, go and start working on this next one. So some of you now think that because he gave you the next template, that you now know it all. Imagine that Prime Minister had brought out the entire template of this very government. That means you people will kill him along the road and then carry the template. So that you now become the PM, you now become the deputy, you now become the COS, you now become the one in charge. So that it is your name that will now come out that you're the one that did it. No more Prime Minister. You cannot wait for him for just 2-3 days. Will it shock the entire Biafran people that 3 days after the Prime Minister went in for questioning by the Finland police, it was after 3 days that Ngozi set up interim government for herself. Ngozi set up interim government for herself 3 days without the entire cabinet of the Biafran government of Prime Minister knowing anything about it. She set it up, put people, control the things by herself, and then when we now came to a cabinet meeting where CRC brought a letter that we should look into this cabinet and then look for those people that Prime Minister had given a mandate, given assignment to work with our defense on ground, whereby sending things and controlling other things, that we should have a meeting and then we should pass a vote of confidence to these people so that they can continue to do that work in absence of Prime Minister and streamline everything until Prime Minister comes back so that our defense will not shrink. The letter that you people are hearing of that they say CRC, that we went and typed letter with CRC to come and topple Prime Minister's government. I have just explained to you people. That letter had nothing to do with topple government. That letter is explaining and telling you that we should get a leader emperor. And this leader emperor explains that this leader emperor must be somebody standing in and doing the work that PM has ordained him or her to be doing with our men on ground and for our finance to continue to flow. And PM knows who he put in those places. And the entire cabinet will be unveiled to know these persons so that we give them vote of confidence. We give them maximum support for them to continue to do this work. And everything will continue to flow until Prime Minister is back. This was what the CRC letter talked about. But when Madam COS saw the letter, she saw that, oh, this letter is going to make me not to become the Deputy Prime Minister. This letter is going to make me not to be the boss, madam, again. This letter is coming as an attack to my position. So I have to see a way to scrap this CRC and scrap this letter so that this letter will not have power again. When many of you hear that you go to meeting, she mute all of you, you cannot talk, you cannot press the button. Maybe some of you think that we are lying. All the cabinet members, they are aware of what we are saying now. If she has changed that character, maybe she changed it now that we have come to expose her for the past 1 week. That you go to cabinet meeting, she mute you, you cannot open the mic to talk. She's the only one that will talk. Only when she wants you to talk that she will unmute you. And she's the only one that will keep the host of the Zoom. So you, as fellow ministers and cabinet members, you come and sit down there like zombie. Only when she says talk, you talk. When you talk what she does not want to hear, she mutes you. She tells you that she is the one in charge. Oh my God. Is this the kind of Biafra that we are building? Is this the kind of Biafra and the cabinet that the Prime Minister had been having meetings with for the past 2 or 3 years? Is this how the Prime Minister has been taking care of the cabinet and the government of Biafran people? It's a shame to see that you still went ahead to go and form a new government and then push the Prime Minister's mandate and structure and sacrifices away. The worst part of it that as you set up this your new government, you now decide to do what? To set up a panel to call Prime Minister to come and give accountability of how our money has been spent for the past 2 to 3 years. You think that when you call the Minister of Finance, you call the Homeland de facto Finance Minister, you now call the PA of the Prime Minister to come and give you accountability. You think that you are calling them? You are not calling them. You are not calling Minister of Finance. You are not calling the PA. You are not calling the Minister of Finance and the Homeland. You are calling the Prime Minister. Because all these ministers were picked by the Prime Minister and then brought to the cabinet for vote of confidence to be casted on them and adopted. Entire cabinet voted and adopted them. After the Prime Minister picked them for this nomination, they now come, everybody now casted vote and then adopted them into the cabinet to give their vote that yes, we are okay with your nomination of them. We now pick them, they can work for Biafran people. So if you are now calling for accountability of these people in the absence of the Prime Minister that actually set up this very government, and he is in to give accountability to the Finland police, and you are asking him for another accountability in his absence on top of his head, you are so wicked, honestly. You are more than wicked. So Biafran people, hear it and know it now that Ngozi Oravweze set up interim government to take over the Prime Minister's government on the third day after the Prime Minister was taken in for interrogation. 3 days after. We did not bring this out to the media. We when I asked inside the meeting, why did you do it? Did Prime Minister give the mandate for it? Did Prime Minister do it before you? Did you do it? At first, that she did not do it. Then I laid a course. I said, any of you that are inside this cabinet that knows about this, the God of Biafra will judge all of you. That was when Ngozi said, oh, let me explain. Ngozi started confessing. Let me explain. Ngozi started confessing. After 3 days, I thought it was I should set up this group. I added this person because he's the head of this committee. I added this person with your own initiative. I asked a question. You added all these people. On whose mandate? After you may have done this with your own way that you say you did it, with your own initiative, did you come back to inform the entire cabinet? No. He kept mute. Well, now, why did you lie before when I asked if you did it? He kept mute. The next thing is that she muted everybody in the Zoom and then started taking her own decision as if she is the one feeding all the gray-haired men and women inside that cabinet. All of you gray-haired men and women inside the cabinet, you are hearing my voice and you are hearing what I'm saying. If what I am saying is a lie, I want all of you to come out and debunk that what I am saying is a lie. And if you don't come out to debunk it and then you continue to remain in that Ngozi new illegality of government, you are working against the God of Biafra, and the God of Biafra will judge all of you. All of you that are there siding Ngozi for the evil that she is doing at this time, against everything that the Prime Minister built for us to come this far. The God of Biafra will judge all of you for standing with her and for taking sides with her if you don't come out to denounce all this evil. If you don't come out to denounce all this evil, the God of Biafra will judge all of you. And for the other one that said that Prime Minister had called the Finance Minister to the cabinet meeting to come and give accountability and then he ran away. He refused to come. I am calling the God of Biafra today. If there had ever been a time in the cabinet that Prime Minister called the Finance Minister and said, come and give accountability, and then the man ran away, and then we all gathered in the cabinet looking for this man because he has run away, he doesn't want to come and give accountability. What I am saying is that you will prosper if there had ever been a time that this kind of thing happened. But if something like this have never happened, and then you come out to come and lie against me, against Ajare, against Minister Nkere, you will not see progress in your life. You will not see progress in your life. I'm telling you, you will not see progress in your life. You will continue to be wayward and useless and be talking from the two sides of your mouth like the way you have been talking till you continue to be talking like that. Because when you're coming out to come and talk nonsense just because you're doing saka, you should remember that people have died in this very struggle. You should remember that people are sacrificing their lives. People are in the bushes doing everything that they do so that the Biafran government can move forward, so that we can have our country restored and then go back home. Will you come out to come and lie to the Biafran people just because you want popularity, just because you want to make money on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter? You want to make money on the social media? You want to garner popularity? No, you are doing yourself more harm than good. I'm calling Adabeti. There is noise coming from your end. Mute your microphones, please. I'm calling on all of you that still have your conscience intact and you are part of the nonsense charade that Ngozi has done in the past few days. Retrace your steps. You did not come for this Biafra for position. You did not come to answer secretaries and ministers and this and that, coordinators and admins. If it is that is entering your head, know that that position will not take you to anywhere. But the blood of Biafrans that have been martyred for years will hunt all of you down. What you should be thinking and asking of is, according to the Charter of Biafra, where is the way forward? The way forward after you declare the restoration of independence of a country is that you go back to make sure you set a defense mechanism. You continue to delegitimize and remove the remaining troops and the terrorists of the nation that has occupied your lands and territory. You continue to flush them out, kick them out, make sure you dismember them, remove all their structures in your own land where you want to be your own independence nation. After you remove all this, and while you're doing that, you still continue your diplomatic and political recognition in the international community. When you finish liberating Biafra land, according to the Biafra Charter, your liberating the Biafra land has to do by removing all the existing terrorists that are there of the former country that has occupied your lands for years. So after you have finished liberating your land, removing all these terrorists by fighting them with weapons and every way possible, that is when you now come back to now implement your full constitution in your homeland and your full government in your homeland, and then you start working according to the laws of the Biafran people with a constitutional conference that will come in to implement all the government structures. It is there in the Biafra Charter. Go and read the Biafra Charter. In the absence of the Prime Minister, somebody cannot fool all of you. And when you hear that a Prime Minister made me a surrogate, let me explain something. Prime Minister made nobody a surrogate to come and be changing the structure, to come and scrap the finance, to come and scrap the security, to come and move a structure and then topple the government and do whatever. No. The issue of surrogate came like this. When we were about to start the convention, we saw that there are some items on the program that the Prime Minister is supposed to pick. And so we said, okay, let us have a meeting in the cabinet and then see those that we will now give vote of confidence to now take those items on the program that is supposed to be taken by the Prime Minister. We have to share, if it is 5 programs or 10 programs, let us now go and then see the people we will pick in the cabinet. These persons will now be the ones to cater or to carry out these very items on the agenda of the program for the 5 days. As we said, Madam CEO has said, no, we don't need to cast a vote. We don't need to ponder about it. We don't need to decide it in the cabinet. She will go and communicate to the attorney of PM, and then PM will give message to tell who he wants to pick the responsibility or to stand in for him for those items on the program. Make una listen up. When you hear, oh, PM made me to stand in for him or to become the surrogate, it is to stand in for the programs on the convention, the items that were stipulated for PM to have taken was for you to come and stand in and then take those things and carry them out. Since PM is not there, when you came back, you gave us the message that attorney said that you are the one that PM picks to surrogate for you. Your surrogacy was for the convention, was for the items on the program on the convention. There was never a time that another letter came and then said, okay, we have given you another power of surrogacy to now come and then reshuffle the government dissolve the government, turn the government upside down, or now sack this person or sack that person or sack that person or go into the defense or come and ask for accountability. No. So everybody should listen to this because many of you have been misinformed. You have been misinformed and we want you to listen very well. If there had been or was intended to be a different setup or anything to happen in the government, there should have been a meeting that will happen, and then you will see that we will stay in there like the Prime Minister will do. We will pass, or somebody will move a motion according to the Biafra Charter, and then we will pick the act of what we want to deliberate on. All of you have seen us how we used to come out. We will come out, Prime Minister will say, I am moving a motion for the resolution of this existing cabinet and to transit into a new structural cabinet. And then he will ask, who are those in support of this motion? You have to vote. Everybody will now start voting. Everybody will start voting. You vote to adopt the is bringing up or the resolution the Prime Minister is bringing up. When we all finish vote, then it will be adopted after counting the numbers that 50 people out of 55 have voted yes to dissolve the existing cabinet. But before you dissolve, you need to first institute. So you're supposed to first vote to adopt a new structure and then adopt a new cabinet. Because you cannot dissolve yourself first and then you come to sit back. Someone that has been dissolved, which power do you now have to sit back to now institute a new government? No. First of all, you should pass a new bill that goes into law as a new structure that comes to be. Everybody will now adopt. We now stand on that existing bill. That existing bill or act is what we will now stand on to now use that power, because we have now entered into we have adopted another new bill or act. Then we will now stand on that very one to now do what? Use that power that we have now moved ourselves into a new one and then use it to dissolve the old one. So when you say you are dissolving something, oh, you dissolve the Prime Minister, you dissolve yourself. So which power now? Who later voted you in to now use the power to now elect yourself in again, or to bring in a new resolution? From which power? All of you that will just sleep and wake up and then start doing what you used to do in the kitchen, what you used to do in the hospital, what you used to do in the clinic, what you used to do in the nursing room, you bring it to come and apply inside the Biafran government. This is not the Biafra that the Prime Minister built. This is not the cabinet. This is not the ethics. So I am calling on all of you that are there answering Deputy Secretary, Minister, go and reason. Ask yourself questions. The detriment of what you are doing to your people in back home. Because it's not about Sonny. Because if you come to the media, you'll be shouting Sonny, you'll be shouting Minister Ankere, you'll be shouting Minister Ajare. It's not about me. It's about the homeland. It's about the homeland. Because the homeland is where the enemies are targeting. When you come out to say you suspend fundraising, you are trying to weaken the courage of the Biafran people and to shrink the security. So that when people now start having this divided mind that, oh, fundraising has been postponed, fundraising has been scrapped, fundraising is no longer coming in, people will now go and relax. Then before you now come to start again, people will say, after all, they canceled it last week. Maybe they may cancel again. Let me use this money for something else until when I see them that are serious. When I see them serious, I will come back. I thank God that we did not allow it to happen. And I thank all Biafrans that turned out to the fundraising. And I salute all of you for your courage because you surprised the enemies. On Saturday is another day, and we are calling on all of you to come out. By tomorrow, I will be live again on Twitter because network has spoiled the day for me, and I can't even take questions and answers here because of the network here. So by tomorrow, I'll be live on Twitter to talk to Biafrans. I thank you all, Biafrans listening to us. I thank you, my Minister Ajare, for holding the ground. God bless you, and let us keep the flag flying above sea level. They will from here, Ada Biafra Betty.
They will. Please, Ada Biafra, you will give your closing remark so that because this thing is, we don't want it to be long. so that we'll leave it there. And those parts that want to cut, we can cut it out and share according to the finance minister. So just give us a closing remark, and then we will leave it there until Biafrans will see us again on the space. Ada Biafra, Betty.
Hearing me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Am I? What time is minister going to be on the space?
We're not on space tonight. What I mean, space tomorrow.
No, I mean now, tomorrow.
No,
I will set up, then you will see the time, not now.
We'll be informed.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much, my ministers, for giving me this opportunity. I will always be grateful to you and to Biafrans that are here listening. Whatever is anyone's opinion, all you have to remember is that we have a duty to our people back home. Remember that Onyendu did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He did not start this for us to, disappoint him. He is where he is today because of what we are doing. And remember that our people are very vulnerable and we need funding. Gossip or comment or abuses is not what will sort our problem, because Nigeria is not giving up. Once your enemy is alive, you have to be on your toes. Remember to come out en masse on Saturday to come and do the needful. Thank you, my fellow Biafrans, and remain blessed. We love you all because you are always here whenever we come out, and we are in this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Betty. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Biafrans worldwide. Thank you for joining us in this program. I want to appreciate the Minister of Finance, who honestly, in a time like this, someone is really needed to stand on the gap. And the Minister of Finance and the Chairman of the Conflict Resolution Committee, Mazi Imam Madabo, and all the men and women of valor that our Prime Minister have behind him, Professor Chioma, Azubike, Ada Zion, Joy Yurubi, name them, Mazi Bryson. And I've been seeing some comments that the oh my goodness, the finance. I've been seeing some comments. Let me see if he wants to talk to Biafrans. Hold on. Mazi. Okay. Should I put on to again as speaker? Okay. No problem. Yeah. No problem. No. There's no problem, sir. No need. Thank you, sir. All right, Biafrans, you have seen it all. Our Prime Minister have men of timber and caliber. Biafrans have seen it, and Biafra Unite did a very wonderful and awesome work yesterday. And I can tell you that we have just 13 people shy of 5,000. So the live viewers right now, as I'm talking to you, is 4,987. Some of you, some of these Nigeria criminals, all these Ndinzama and Orabueze's stooges, when they hear the number of people that are listening to us, the team brings shiver all over their spine. They will tell me, you are 33 people here. There are 12 people here. Do you want me to tell you how many people are watching on all the channels? I'll give it to you as a lowdown. On Raphael Ajere on Twitter, you can be checking it as I'm telling you. On Raphael Ajere on Twitter, we have 1,359 on my channel. Raf Ajere, we have 2 people. Ikonso will never be forgotten, 11. Akparawa Sonny on Twitter, 3,300 on Twitter. Raf Chamaka TV, we have 139, and then you begin to count it down. Some channels we have 50, 39, 20, and then altogether almost 5,000, 4,987 are listening at the same time. And so if you are watching in a channel where you are just two people, you would think, it's only 5 people, only 10 people. I am the one in the control room and one telling you how many people are watching. It is not that this thing is very clear to me. You know, those days when PM will be telling them that we have 20,000 watching, they will be saying, it's a lie, it's a lie. We have, because PM is seeing the people, number of people that are listening to him. From here, I'm seeing the number of Biafrans that are listening to me. That is why at the fundraising last Saturday, you know, these numbers of people came. It was a massive outpouring at the fundraising. Massive. We couldn't even play jingle for the fundraising. And we expect it. Okay, Wanda Betty, let me unmute you. What you are saying something? You said?
Yes, I think that you are correct. I've checked it on Twitter, 3,000 something.
I'm telling you, the numbers are here. The numbers you are seeing there, once you go there, as I tell you here, if you go there, you will see there that it is the number I'm telling you. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. We don't say things that are not real. So this number are the same numbers that are going to storm our fundraising on Saturday. And then you are going to see how massive it will be, because Biafrans know how important it is to fund our men. So all the Achikote Ekwonu of the illegitimate bingos that the Ngozi Orabueze gathered to sabotage our prime minister, most of them, you will see how they will cry Ngaramarakwa, because the prime minister will be out very soon. And then when he asks them, he maybe comes and he asks Mazio Genkere, where is this person? Where is this person? We'll tell them that they went away with Ngozi Orabueze. It's not going to be a shame. It's not going to be a disappointment. It's not going to be a disaster to them. I pity for them. So, Biafrans, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for doing the right thing. You know, you will never regret you did. Thank you very much. You know, the comments are so many questions. Someone said she appointed herself as deputy prime minister. Where was that kind of a thing is being done? You know, appointed herself. You know, it's just like somebody is going out, his houseboy, and then before he come back, his houseboy has said, I am now the owner of the house. But your houseboy, when the owner of the house comes out, he will throw you out. That's exactly what he's doing. And you see her running up and down. I saw her this evening going from one WhatsApp group to another. Every WhatsApp group is going there. And dropping message. Sonak Parawa, Rafael Jere, Biafra Unite have been sacked. You that is a COS that lost your job immediately, prime minister was out of the scene. That's the day you lost your job. You lost your job on that day. You cannot compare yourself to me that was voted or to Mazi Akbarawa Sonny that was also voted. The number have gone up while I was still talking. We now have 5,065. Biafrans are never tired of listening to us. The numbers are going up. 5,097. The numbers are going up. Biafrans are listening. So every one of you at the sound of my voice, please, we want to see you at the fundraising. Very, very important. We want to see you at the fundraising so that the devil will be put to shame. Thank you very much. I am going to play the jingle for the fundraising so that you will know the account where you are supposed to put that your money into, you know, because the fundraising already started. One of our beloved sister, Chinedu, sent me her receipt. She paid her fund today, this afternoon. She sent me a receipt of 300 Ejema. So the fundraising already started, and Biafrans everywhere are contributing. So listen to this jingle, and then we are going to call it a day until I will see you again tomorrow at the space.
Biafra restoration has been declared. Now we must defend it. Biafrans all over the world, to support the Biafra Liberation Army, continue to go to www.biafra.org biafrarepublicgov.org/tax and ipobiniusa.org/donate. The government in exile remains in place until Biafra land is completely secure. We will first expel the terrorists and remove all presence of the zoo in our land, while also pursuing the diplomatic agenda of recognition. After we have removed the zoo from our land, a transitional government will be formed and will operate openly in the homeland. PM demonstrated for us everything that we need to do to get our goal. Biafra's success comes from your consistency in execution. Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together.
Let's repeat it again another time.
Biafra restoration has been declared. Now we must defend it. Biafrans all over the world, to support the Biafra Liberation Army, continue to go to www.biafrarepublicgov.org/tax and ipobiniusa.org/donate. The government in exile remains in place until Biafra land is completely secure. We will first expel the terrorists and remove all presence of the zoo in our land, while also pursuing the diplomatic agenda of recognition. After we have removed the zoo from our land, a transitional government will be formed and will operate openly in the homeland. PM demonstrated for us everything that we need to do to get our goal. Biafra's success comes from your consistency in execution. Continue to support our men with what you have. Let's make this happen together.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night, my people, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Good night, everyone. Catch you soon.